belief and value are often used interchangeably and seen as synonymous, and though they are interconnected, they are distinct in their functionality and their application. Belief refers to the thoughts, the assumptions, the convictions that a person may hold that influences how they interpret the world around them, themselves, and other people. Whereas values are principles that function more like guideposts of people's lives. Put plainly, your beliefs are what you think to be true, and your values are what you think is important. How do the two play in with each other? Well, think of a lens and think of a compass. The lens makes sense of what you're seeing, but the compass tells you where you're going. Now, it's great when those two things are in agreement with each other, when what you believe is true or what you're seeing lines up with what's important, but that's not always the case. Our beliefs are very much developed from our experiences, and that includes things that we've been exposed to, things that we've witnessed, messages that we've received implicitly or explicitly, as well as general cultural and societal norms. And these beliefs help us to make sense of the world that's in front of us. It helps us to easily and quickly categorize information. And that's adaptive because we have a lot of information coming in. It can be problematic when we've experienced trauma or adverse events, because those beliefs that are developed from those events are often from a place of fear and focusing on protection rather than growth or connection or learning. Our values are also influenced by our experiences. The distinction is that our values are deeply held principles that give us direction and purpose, not just protection. So here's an illustration. Let's say you have a person who's experienced betrayal in a relationship where they expected to have safety and security and stability. That situation could result in them developing a belief that people aren't safe, that people cannot be trusted, or maybe that they're even unlovable. That belief can guide the way they move through the world, and it can protect them from being hurt in a future relationship. It might be a barrier to them having connection that they truly desire. On the other hand, that same situation could reveal to a person that loyalty is very important to them. And then that can become the guidepost for their life and how they move through and how they interact with other people. You see then how experiences have the potential to develop beliefs as well as develop your values. That distinction again is that your beliefs might be more protective and help you to make sense of the world, whereas those values give you purpose and direction as you move through the world. Here's another illustration. Consider a person that might have the belief failure is not an option. Now on the surface, that seems like an adaptive belief. That belief might result in a person being a hard worker, having a strong work ethic, or having grit. And that's an asset. What that type of belief can also do is create a person who struggles to see their progress occur in real time or to celebrate wins. They may even struggle with avoidance, procrastination, perfectionism, burnout, and all of those things can lead to depressive episodes, anxiety. And that belief that failure is not an option could be at the root of it. Whereas if a person valued perseverance, they might be able to focus more on the process than on the outcome. Having the value of perseverance and not just the belief that failure is not an option can allow a person to focus on the process and not just the outcome. It could also give them the ability to see setbacks as an opportunity for growth and creativity. How does any of this apply to healing? Well, when we're able to distinguish between our beliefs and our values, we can see that beliefs are learned, which means they can be unlearned when we have new information or we realize that they're no longer serving us, and that our values give us purpose. And so we can move back towards our values to discover or rediscover our authentic self.